Start. India's electoral process presents a dichotomy. 642 million voters, more than half of whom were female, cast a vote in the largest democratic process in action in the world. Yet, in a country where 90 rapes are reported every day, very few among the 2,823 candidates who stood for elections had women's safety on their electoral agenda. For those that did, all were non tackled the underlying institutional violence that millions of survivors live through every day. This dichotomy is real. Nearly 50% women face domestic violence, and 2 out of 3 Dalit women face sexual violence in their lifetimes. Yet, not just political parties ignored this, even voters did not seem to demand it. Gender based violence is incorrectly presumed to be one specific act of violence, often by an intimate partner at the household level, that politicians cannot address. However, in a white paper developed through 200 plus hours of interviews and discussions with lived experts, we found that the institutional violence on survivors is often prolonged and worse than the specific act of gender based violence itself. This is where voters and politicians can make a vital difference. Institutional violence against survivors starts even before the reporting process, influencing their decision to come forward. For example, a report published in 2019 by J. Paul, a global policy think tank, showed that 39% of officers in India think that complaints of gender based violence are usually baseless. With a brutal police system, a decades long traumatic judicial system, and no hope of justice, a vicious cycle of violence is maintained. Women only seek justice when their circumstances become unbearable. Despite 1 in 2 women facing intimate partner violence, India has one of the lowest divorce rates in the world at 1%. A report estimated that 77% of women in India remain silent, even to their closest relatives, about the violence they endure. A woman once approached us with bleeding veins, a denotified nomadic tribal youth and women led organization. We accompanied her to the police station to file a complaint, and the cops told us to step aside so they could talk to her alone. They tried to dissuade her from filing the report and sent us around to different police stations. When she still wanted to report, they accused us of coercing her. Now they tell us that she comes from the neighboring state of Karnataka